The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Jess De Los Santos. ANZ research forecasts inflation to peak this month or in March, which could prompt the Bangko Sentral to continue tightening until May. ANZ also says that even if inflation starts to descend from its peak, it will remain elevated in the second and third quarter. It says any, quote, meaningful decline is only possible when domestic demand weakens and favorable base effects kick in. ANZ adds the consumer price index is only expected to return to within the Bangko Sentral's target range of 2 to 4% in the quarter. ANZ has earlier revised its 2023 inflation forecast for the Philippines to 5.3%. That's from 4.3% previously. Inflation soared to a fresh 14-year high of 8.7% in January from 8.1% in December of 2022. The Agriculture Department admits that setting up suggested retail price is not effective in controlling the prices of commodities. The spokesperson Rex Estoperez explained that no one has been penalized for not complying to the SRP. He added that it is difficult to enforce, especially in wet markets where prices vary depending on logistics.
You're asking if the SRP is effective or not? It's not. Kasi yung police power natin, parang hindi natin nasusunod doon. Even though nasasabihin natin na show cause order, ang rason lang naman sa iyo palagi, ay mahal ang puhunan namin eh. Diba? Iba-ibang pinagkukuhanan namin. So, asan ka? Pupwesto.
But Trade Assistant Secretary Ann Cabuchan maintained that SRP bulletins are helpful for consumers. She added that the DTI is open to amending the law to provide stricter penalties for violators.
We are also working with Congress so that it becomes that new provisions are introduced into the Price Act, especially dun sa mag-adjust tayo dun sa penalties natin para naman mas mabigat yung mga penalty pag nagkakaroon po ng violation.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I am Jess De Los Santos. Let's get right to it and have a check at how the bourse is doing. It's a few minutes after the trading bell. That's exactly 17 minutes after the trading bell rang. As you can see here, the index extending those declines that we've been seeing the past 2 days here. The index at least little change, however, down by 0.25%. Now at 6,774. However, you can see right here a 3-day chart here of the PSEI. It's been down by at least 1.5% over a 3-day period. We are, of course, joining the rest of Asia here with the region looking like a mixed bag here. That's after, of course, U.S. inflation report showing that inflation for the month of January over in the U.S. is faster compared to what analysts initially expected. It's by 0.5% in January to 6.4%, slightly higher than the 0.4% estimated by analysts. Some Fed officials now hinting that the hiking cycle might not be over yet and that it might have to do more to fight inflation. But they do offer varying views as to how close they are to actually hitting that pause button. Now back to our source right here. We did see a report earlier about ANZ saying that inflation might actually peak by March at the latest. And as you can see right now, again, the index starting the day in the red here. Let me just refresh this very quickly as to how some of our individual stocks are performing so far in the day, with Aboitiz Equity Ventures starting the day at least as the biggest gainer, up by 1.5%, followed by Union Bank, now also up by close to 1.5%. AC Energy San Miguel likewise starting the day in the green. However, on the downside here, you have Meralco, worst performer so far, down by 1.3%. JG Summit likewise starting the day in the negative territory. Now let's have a quick check as well at Philippine Airlines. That's after they did announce that they are going to reopen their flights to Shanghai and Beijing. That's going to be on Feb 14 and Feb 21 respectively. Again, that comes after a 3-year halt to flight services induced by the pandemic. However, despite that announcement, you can see right now PAL Holdings starting the day in the red here, now at 5 pesos and 71 centavos. So that's down close to 0.9%. Now, for more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Jess De Los Santos. Join us again at 11:15 a.m. We are One News, all sides, all the time.